I've lived a long life, and age has taught me one simple thing: patience. You learn to sit quietly, to let people believe they understand you, while you keep your real thoughts to yourself. Most of the time, that works in my favor. But sometimes, someone underestimates me so deeply that I have no choice but to remind them who I truly am. That evening began like any other family dinner. My son Daniel had invited me to meet his fiancée, Camille. I was happy for him. After losing his mother years ago, I always feared he would carry loneliness forever. But the day he told me about Camille, his voice had joy again. So I thanked heaven for sending someone into his life. I wore the dark green sweater he gifted me last Christmas, polished my shoes, and carried a small bouquet of lilies for Camille. First impressions matter, even if I was the one meeting her. I arrived. Daniel hugged me warmly and led me in. And then Camille appeared, elegant, poised, her dark hair tied up, pearl earrings catching the light. Her French accent wrapped around her words beautifully as she kissed my cheeks and greeted me. The evening began pleasantly. The smell of roast chicken filled the room. Candlelight danced on the wine glasses. Camille spoke about her travels, her work in design, and her love for Daniel. I listened quietly. Daniel's eyes sparkled whenever he looked at her. But midway through the meal, something changed. Daniel left to get more wine. Camille checked her phone and muttered something under her breath in French. How will I bear this for years? She didn't know one thing. I had lived in Paris for 12 years. French was stitched into my bones. But she thought the old man in the green sweater wouldn't understand. I stayed still, silent. But the words cut deeply. Daniel returned, and the evening continued. Camille smiled sweetly again, as if she hadn't insulted me moments ago. Later, Daniel stepped out to take a call. And again, Camille whispered in French. He talks too slowly. He exhausts me. Old men like him should stay alone. That was enough. I cleared my throat. Camille looked at me politely, unaware of what was coming. And then, in fluent French, I said, "It is very rude to mock someone in a language you believe he does not understand, especially when that man is the father of the man you claim to love." Her face drained of color. She stuttered, shocked. I smiled softly. "Better than you, I'd say." She had no words. Daniel returned, confused by her expression. I placed a hand on his shoulder and calmly said, "Your fiancé and I were just having a small cultural exchange." She nodded quickly, eyes lowered. The evening ended soon after. I hugged Anna goodbye. I wished Camille a polite good night. My heart ached, but I stayed silent. In the following weeks, Daniel slowly began to see Camille's true nature himself. Her impatience, her attitude, her disrespect toward others. One afternoon, he sat in front of me and said softly, "Dad, I don't think Camille is who I thought she was." I squeezed his hand and said, "Better to learn now than later." A month later, the engagement ended. He was sad but relieved. I never told him what she said that night. Some truths reveal themselves without help. Now, months later, I look back on that evening and smile. People underestimate quiet old men far too often. So here's my advice. Never assume the silent ones know nothing. Behind the wrinkles and calm eyes, there might be a lifetime of knowledge and languages you never expected. And if you mock them in a language you think is hidden, don't be surprised when they answer you back. Because I'm Grandpa. I've lived. I've learned. And I always understand more than you think.